Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel of chill, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants, we try to learn the best way to grow them, and yeah, it's what we do here. We chill out and we do some plant stuff. So if that sounds like a good time, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So I'm excited because my local library at home is doing like a plant swap. It's only gonna be for an hour and it's gonna be like in the parking lot. And this is my first plant swap ever. I've never had one like in my area. So yeah, I'm excited. At home I already have a bunch of propagations because like I always have just a bunch of propagations either from trimming my plants or breaking vines off of my plants, and you know, it just happens. So I have those at home that are already like rooted in water, and I decided to go around the plants that I have here at school and take some cuttings. I have kind of a lot. I have two, let me see if I can pick these up without spilling. I have two like large Dunkin' Donuts cups that I use to just put cuttings in, and I'm going to try to figure out, well, I've developed a plan on how I want to like pot these up so that I can just trade them off and swap them off, and they have something that the plant is in and it's not just like some random cutting. So what I'm going to use are plastic cups. They're kind of bigger than I wanted, but I couldn't get any. I went to a couple of stores and like this was it. So got them from Walmart. And then also with the perlite, I'm using this brand this time, which is twice the amount of money as my regular Miracle-Gro perlite. But again, I went to Home Depot and Lowe's and there's like no perlite. So I don't know what that's about, but we got this. I already like pre-moistened it. I just like took my sink hose and just like poured water into it. Because I didn't want to deal with dust and everything, so that's what she looks like. And the plan for this video is kind of just scoop some perlite into it, probably like halfway, stick the cutting in, and yeah, so that's what we're doing with the propagations. And I have some more questions from some of my subscribers. So I'm going to do like a little Q&A while I do this. I'm going to angle the camera down so you can see the plants and see how I'm potting them up. And I'm just going to answer the questions that I have today. So yeah, grab a snack, grab a drink, or repot / propagate some of your plants while I'm doing it. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Okay, so just a quick showing. I'm going to do about this much perlite. It's a little wet. I'm going to put more water in it. And the first one I think we're going to do is my Pagoda Lipstick plant. And I'm just going to stick her in. She has a node down here. I'm just going to stick her down with the node in the water. And I have a couple of cuttings of this. I think I have 3. Yeah. And this is kind of what we're going to do. It would probably be easier if the cups weren't so tall, but we're working with what we got. So that's the first one. Really cute, really cute. And I'm gonna label them, and yeah, I think it'll be, I'm excited for this. All right, so the first question, what other things do you collect? So I have a mini obsession with throw pillows, especially the floral print variety. Those are like my favorite. And so I have quite a few of those. The next plant we're going to be potting up is my Monstera siltbacana. I hope you can see that. I kind of overwatered this plant, so there's like some edema dots on it. But it's okay. There's no pests. And I only have 2 cuttings of that, but I think that's a good sized plant to trade, right? I don't know. I've never been to a plant swap, so I don't know. Am I supposed to just have like little cuttings or like make them semi-plants? I don't know. I'm going to make them as semi-plants, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I have a thing for floral throw pillows and throw blankets. I also am a geologist, so I collect rocks and crystals. You know, so I really like the idea of having like a rock garden from like rocks that I've collected through like travel. So, you know, we're working on that. I also live near a beach, so I've always collected shells and little beach rocks. What I've been doing recently as I've been getting older and traveling a little bit more is collecting sand from beaches that I've gone to. And it's been really cool to just see the differences in the types of sand, you know, and what minerals are in the sands at different beaches throughout, you know, I guess the United States, because I haven't traveled outside the United States. But, you know, it's kind of cool. I might actually have to cut these down a little bit because, well, maybe I don't. Because peperomia, this is a peperomia hope, by the way, sorry. They will root at the end where you cut them as well as at nodes. So I think we'll be okay. I'm just going to stick them in. I can always top it off with a little bit more perlite if I feel like I need to. So we have this peperomia hope. I think this is a good size plant to trade, right? I don't know. Okay, the next question is, if you were a plant, what plant would you be? And I think I would be a lace vine. I actually have a cutting of that. Let me get that one out. I have a couple of cuttings of it. So this is the lace vine. It has fuzzy leaves. It grows kind of like a strawberry plant where it'll, you know, the original plant, and then it shoots out these tendrils and starts little plants at each node. And if they're lying along the ground, they'll shoot out roots and grow and be, you know, they're just very easy to grow. They're just a pretty plant. They also sprout white, like fuzzy flowers. And yeah, I just think it's a really cool plant. So I'm actually gonna like break it up a little bit and put like little nodes into the perlite. And do I only have two? No, I have more with this plant. Of course I do, because it's long, it's trailing. I actually trimmed it so that it was no longer touching the floor. Let me break it right here. And I'll shove this part in perlite, and then this part in perlite. Okay. And then that's definitely a good start. Each plant will make its own, each like leaf basically will make its own plant. So we got the lace vine. Okay. Next question is favorite current TV show. So I'm behind because I'm in grad school, and you know, managing life and grad school is hard. So I'm actually behind, but the TV shows that I'm very excited to catch up on are The Witcher and Attack on Titan. Those are the two that I am extremely excited about catching up on. So this is the Philodendron Eva, EVA. I don't really know too much about it. I know it reminds me of the Golden Goddess, just a fully green version of it. It's a very, very prolific grower. This one was almost touching my ceiling, hence why I had to cut it. And yeah, so we got two beautiful leaves, and we got a new one coming out right here. So very cute, very cute. Okay. The next question is, what is my fastest growing plant? That would have to be probably a tie between my Philodendron Brazil and my Tradescantia variety pots. The Tradescantias are on my lower shelf, so they're constantly like outgrowing and growing along my floor and getting stepped on and all that fun stuff. But yeah, and then the Brazil just like takes off. I always have propagations of that plant. So this is my Monstera Adansonii. And I'm gonna just, I don't know if I should cut this up a little bit more or kind of keep it long. Maybe I'll take off this bottom leaf, probably. We'll do that. And stick the node in there, and I'll keep them long. And then whoever I trade with can, you know, do what they want with it. And this one I'm actually gonna try to see if I can just lay it along the perlite. Is that, I know people do that, right? That's a thing. And we'll see if all the leaves survive that way. Because I got this nice, really large leaf, and I don't want to take that one off. So we're gonna try not to. I really don't know what type of plants I should be bringing. The flyer said that like it could be anything from like outdoor plants to houseplants or houseplant materials. So I am a little nervous. I'm going to show up with a bunch of houseplants, and everybody else is going to show up with like, you know, tomato plants and pepper plants, which is cool. But I'm just not going to have anything for them to trade with. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, the next question is my slowest grower is asking me what my slowest growing plants are, and those are my cactus and succulents, hands down. A lot of them look the same as they did when I first bought them, like over 2 years ago at this point. And yeah, but I feel like that's typical. This is a cutting of my philodendron golden goddess. It's a mid cut. This one was also kind of growing really wonky, so I kind of wanted to straighten out a little bit. So we have one of those, and I actually have another one, a top cutting of that plant. So I guess I'll have 2 of these plants. Or should I put them together? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. I don't know if they would fit nicely in the cup together. Anyway, I can trade them both at the same time in 2 different cups. That's fine. Okay. We're almost like halfway. We're almost done with one of the plants. I have this little begonia pegasus that like was falling off, and I took it off and I stuck it in water, and I don't know if it's gonna make it. I think I'm gonna keep this guy in water just for now. I'm not gonna try to trade that. Like, this was just because it fell off and I wanted to see if I could root it. So, okay. So, oh, my leg is falling asleep. All right, what next? I have a bunch of string of arrows or daggers. I have like a bunch of it. So I don't know, maybe I'll make like 2 or 3 plants of this. I'll just kind of like split it up and like stick them in and let them trail along. I think that's what I'm gonna do with these guys. So, see, I have like a couple that are like small. I don't know. Okay, so my next question is, what is your favorite drink? So the PG version is hot cocoa, and the adult version is an amaretto sour with grenadine and cherries. Some people have it with orange, but I prefer cherries, so that's how I like my my drinks. Oh boy, this is gonna be ridiculous. Okay guys, that was very tedious. I'm gonna cut that out. Nobody wants to see me struggle to untangle plants. So I have 2 of them. I kind of just twirled them in there. But yeah, the strands are over a foot long each. There's like 4 to 5, maybe 6 strands in each cup. I think that's a good size plant, I think. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Okay. We also went through one of the cups, so now we're on to the second cup. And the next question is top watering or bottom watering. I prefer, if I could, I would bottom water everything, but some of the pots that I have, you kind of just have to top water. It's just the way the pot is. It doesn't have like a hole on the bottom of the pot, it just has like a tray, a built-in tray. Okay, so next I have a couple of cuttings. I'm trying to see if I have them all. I think I do. Of the Brandtianum. And so this plant has been doing really well with me. It's actually the reason why some of these top leaves look crazy. It's because it was pushing itself up into the shelving. So I just cut like everything that was like pushed up into there. And I'm just going to put these all together and make it one plant. So yeah. But what was the question? Top watering, bottom watering? Definitely bottom watering. I use trays that don't hold enough water to like really rot a plant, or I hope it doesn't have enough water to rot a plant, and I just bottom water in place. I keep the trays under the plants at all times, and it's just is what it is. I have very pretty pots, so I think it distracts from the fact that I have trays underneath them, hopefully. So yeah, there are 5 vines in here of the Brandtianum. And there's some good leaves. It shows the potential of what this plant could be if it's not pushed up into a shelf. So yeah, that's what we got going on for that one. Okay, the next question that I have is, what is my favorite food? I definitely like Italian food and breakfast foods. My favorite breakfast food is a bacon, egg, and cheese on an egg everything bagel with ketchup. This is a little top cutting of my philodendron silver sword that I got from Kristen over at the Garden Hoe. Go check out her channel. And it's been growing really well. So I decided I'd take a cutting and kind of spread the love on that. So that was quick and easy. But yeah, my favorite Italian food is a toss-up between pizza and like penne alla vodka with shrimp. It's really good. Okay, the next plant is, I have 2 cuttings of this. Yeah, I have 2 cuttings of a Scindapsus exotica. It put out this long runner and then put out leaves, so I'm gonna try to just like circle it around itself, and maybe it will sprout new leaves, right? I feel like that's a thing. It worked with my Monstera siltbacana. I like spread the empty vines around, and they all rooted and sprouted new leaves. So I'm hopeful that this will also do that. So we have that. I feel like that's okay, right? Maybe I'll put some perlite on top of it. Just kind of like dump it in there. I don't know. I'm trying, guys. I am very nervous and excited about this swap. Okay. The next question I have is, what is your dream vacation? So my dream vacation would be probably going to Ireland or Europe for like a month, just to be able to go around and not feel rushed. And there's this movie, actually, it's called Shirley Valentine, and it's a movie about this like older woman who's like, her kids are grown and like starting to move out, but they're still like heavily reliant on her and all this stuff, and she decides to go on a vacation to Greece, and a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens. But it's a good movie. I liked it, and I highly recommend it. I think it was like filmed in the 80s or 90s. I'm not 100% sure, but go check it out if you're bored. You watched everything on Netflix already. This is a Scindapsus jade, and it's a very fast grower, so I kind of just cut it so that it stayed nice and neat in the pot. These were like kind of wild vines that had shot out, but look how pretty that is. I think someone would be really happy to get that, I think. I don't think they're like that readily available in certain areas. So I know I've never seen it when I've gone home and looked at plant places, so maybe I could like use this one to hold that one down. I think that'll work. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So the last question I have today is, does your family like your plant collection? I wouldn't say like. I think the boyfriend tolerates it. You know, in any relationship, people are going to have their own hobbies and interests, and you should be happy that your significant other has hobbies and interests. So we kind of, you know, support each other with each other's things. But, and then my nieces and nephews are too little to really, to know that this is maybe a boring hobby for some people. So they just like to hang out and do whatever it is that I'm doing. And, you know, the rest of the family thinks it's a little crazy because I have a lot of plants, but oh well. So this is a Peperomia verticillatus. I'll show you up close. They have the dark green veiny leaves, and then underneath is a bright red. Very pretty plant. And we're just gonna stick it. It should root very easily. All of these plants should root easily. That's why I'm like taking fresh cuttings to bring to the trade. I'm not bringing anything I think would have a hard time rooting, at least. So yeah, we have that guy. It's a cute little start. And those are all the questions that I have. So I'll show you really quick. I think I only have 2 other plants I'm going to be potting up. This is a Scindapsus silvery Ann I'm going to pot up. And then I have actually 3 pieces of that to pot up. And then I have this, the Cinerico Malak nose or something like that. It reminds me of an ivy. It has these dark purple backs to the leaves and this beautiful venation on the top once the leaves harden off and mature. So I think this is going to be a really cool plant trade. So we're just gonna do that. And that'll be it. Oh, actually, I fibbed. I also have a philodendron red emerald and a top cutting of my philodendron painted lady. These are both top cuttings, so I'm gonna be potting those up. So we'll just do that. I'll speed this along, put some relaxing music, and we'll just chill out. Alrighty. Alright guys, so this is all of, sorry for the shaking, I'm holding it. So this is all of the cuttings that I have here at school that I'm going to bring home to bring to the plant swap. I don't know if I'm going to take any video at the plant swap. I might be like too nervous, excited, but if I do, I'll make a little vlog out of it, and maybe I'll make another little video of this, like a Q&A type of getting propagations ready for a swap for the plants that I have at home that are rooted, and I'll kind of like show you my method for potting those guys up for trading. Alrighty guys, let me know which plant here is your favorite, and any tips and tricks if you think I am setting these guys up wrong or there's a better way to do it. Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, relax, plants, and peace out.